explaining my average academic record. Right? It's tricky, sometimes tricky. It's usually a mixture of factors. Right? There's one part is personal, one part is situational, one part is circumstantial. And so it is, I was goofing off, didn't take something seriously, could be one part of it. My peer group was really tough. So getting 7.3 in my department is not that easy. And I was going through a tough time in my life when I was in my 4th semester. Personal issues were there and I had to combat them and come through. So I got really smacked around in 2 semesters. That had a role to play. And so it could be some combination of these 3 big buckets. Right? Very often it is all 3, at least 2 out of these 3. And so don't, a bunch of things to keep in mind. Start with a very reasonably high element of personal ownership. And why is your CGPA 7.1? Which seems rather low. Otherwise your academic record is fine. And you go with, I graduated really well after my 12th standard. I was on a high. I'd gotten the college that I liked. I went there and the hostel and facilities were fantastic. I was given so much freedom that I ended up abusing some of it. I played too much. I participated in all kinds of cultural things, even though I don't have a natural affinity for singing or dancing, but I was there. I was in the mix of things. I wanted to be part of every activity going around. I didn't know how to pick and choose my battles. I didn't manage my time. I drifted. Then when the grades came in, I had a severe dose of imposter syndrome. I struggled. I withdrew from everything, but that was affecting even my academic performance. By the time I found my place and said, look, I need to put fight and do something, I was in the 5th semester. And after which I've been doing slightly better, but a big part of the damage had already been done. This is mostly due to me. I think I've learned my lesson. I think I need to find my priorities, my sense of where my balance is, what I need to do on day 1. Or at least I need to say, look, academics is my number 1 priority. This is what I've come here for. And then once that the foundation is assured and there, then I will do the 3 other things that I'm drawn towards. I'll not do those and then come into the academic challenges. That is fine. If you say, look, I was very committed to the idea of preparing for UPSC exams, and I spent some time. That didn't work out. It is completely uncalled for that I should have done that. I had no business preparing for it while in college. If I was completely committed to it, I think I should have finished my undergraduation, then gone towards it. To be honest, I think I was very confused. I knew that my undergraduation field is not where I wanted to go, and I thought that UPSC was my ticket out of that. At that moment, I should have said, look, let me finish this and then jump in and give that a go, and I didn't. And that is a big reason for my fault. And so figure out aggressively ways of using the first person singular pronoun. I was at fault should be the leading explanation for this. It can't be to be very honest, in my class the marks they don't give. In my neighboring college, I know average students who got 82%. I was actually a much better engineer than them, but my CGPA is only 7.3. That year was particularly cruel because our professors were really nasty and mean. Maybe true, won't cut ice. And so to the extent possible, take this as a personal responsibility question. Say you meandered, you lost your way, say you were 18, 19, didn't know this, didn't know to manage your time better. Say you picked up the pieces, you've learned your lessons. Don't go climb on to you've learned your lessons. I think I've learned my lessons. I went through some scary experiences because of my academic pressure. Oh my God, never again will I go through that. That much I'm very sure of. Leave it at that. Don't make your answer about how you have learned things. They ask you, then go elaborate on that. But keep coming back to all said and done, it is my fault. Very important, very important. Don't evade this. Don't be evasive about this. And so if you've got 7.3, 7.3 is actually a good performance, sir. I'm very satisfied. No, you can't be. 7.3 speaks a little bit average, okay. And so don't pass it off as great. Don't say my peer group was tough, our professors were bad, the course was super uninteresting, sir. If you go to do computer science engineering in the IIT, they talk about algorithms, they talk about data structure, they talk about AI. In my college, they just make me write different code in different languages. It is sinfully boring and of no value. In that time, I was participating in case studies and hackathons. I've learned so much. I'm actually a better computer science engineer than many of my peers. Dude, nobody cares. This is not the way somebody will explain away a 69% in computer science engineering. No chance. Say you goofed off in many different ways, as politely and courteously as possible, with some takeaway of I need to learn to do better in this. Very, very important. And that the personal ownership and taking responsibility is what is important. Don't overdo that bit as I don't know, it was a horrible time, I was such a bad guy, kuch nahi padhne aata tha, I always used to play, I just got lost, I have no control over how I manage my time, I utterly am rotten. Not a confessional. And so find that balance, but lead with personal responsibility, stand on personal responsibility, end with personal responsibility, weave around mitigating factors wherever possible. The mitigating factors are particularly powerful and strong. When you were unwell for a semester, you had a surgery and missed a term, any of that, then they automatically write the answers. And so keep that in mind, but don't stray away from the big, powerful, gigantic theme of personal responsibility. It's very important. I take ownership for my academic record.